All right, question 4 says solve each equation using the quadratic formula. All right, so just at the top here, as a reminder, the quadratic formula says that if ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0, and a is not 0, so in other words, this is a genuine quadratic, right? Because if a is 0, then you really just have a linear equation. But if a is not 0, so this is a quadratic equation, then the solutions x are given by this formula here. So x is the opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c, all divided by 2a. All right, so let's see it in action with question 4. Part A is 2x squared minus 5x minus 3 is 0. So first I'll go ahead and just identify the a, b, and c values. So a is 2 here, b is negative 5, and c is negative 3. All right, so what I can do here is just jump straight to the solutions. So I'm going to have the opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c, and divide that all by 2a. So I'm just creating this sort of plug-in skeleton here. So opposite of b, and b is negative 5, and then I have b squared minus 4 times a, which is 2, times c, which is negative 3, and then that's all divided by, I have 2a down there. A is 2. All right, so now our job is just to simplify this resulting expression. So we're going to get the opposite of negative 5, so let's say positive 5, plus or minus the square root. So what are we getting here? Well, this is 25, and then this is minus 4 times 2 times minus 3. So that's what? Positive, positive 8 times 3 is 24. So this is 25 plus 24. That's a 49. And then we're dividing all of that by 2 times 2 is 4. All right, and then the square root of 49 is 7. And so now simplify that by considering each case. So for the positive sign, I have 5 plus 7 divided by 4, and that is 12 over 4, which is 3. And then using the negative sign, we'll get 5 minus 7 over 4. And this is negative 2 over 4, which simplifies to minus a half. Okay, so then our solutions are x is equal to 3 and minus a half. Okay, great. Now part B, pretty similar, except notice we do not have this equation of this in this above form, right, where everything is on one side, so ax squared plus bx plus c, and then a 0 is just on the other side. Okay, so what we can do is just move everything to one side. It doesn't matter which side you choose. Now I prefer the coefficient of x squared to be positive, so I'm just going to leave the step over here on the right as it is. I'm going to add 5x to both sides, and then I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides. So this is just to write the equation in this above form. So I have 0 on the left, and then I have x squared, and that's an 8x, and then this is a minus 2. All right, so x squared plus 8x minus 2 is equal to 0. So here our a value, well, this is 1x squared, so a is 1. Our b value is 8, and our c value is negative 2. So we can go ahead and write down the solutions again by just plugging in these values for a, b, and c. So we'll have b squared minus 4 times a times c. So we're taking the opposite of 8 here. We have 8 squared minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is negative 2, and then we're dividing everything by 2a, and that's going to be 2 times 1. All right, cool. So now let's go ahead and simplify. So we have negative 8, and plus or minus the square root of, this is 64, and then here this is minus 4 times positive 1 times minus 2. So that's going to be plus 8. So 64 plus 8 is 72. And then we're dividing everything by 2. And now I can break this down a little bit further, because square root 72, well, 72 is 36 times 2. 36 is a perfect square, so the square root of 36 is 6, and then I'm multiplying that by square root of 2. All right, and so this then is minus 8 plus or minus 6 root 2, and then we're dividing everything by 2. And as we saw in a previous video, okay, an expression like this we can simplify a little bit further by splitting this up into 2 fractions. So I'm going to divide the minus 8 by the 2, and then I'm going to take the 6 root 2 and divide it by 2. And so for our solutions here, we'll get negative 8 divided by 2, well, that's negative 4, plus or minus, and then here, 6 root 2 divided by 2, the 6 over 2 simplifies to 3, so I have 3 times the square root of 2. All right, and that's going to do it. Thanks so much.